Death of a Naturalist, published in 1966, stands as Seamus Heaney's inaugural and influential poetry collection. Heaney, acclaimed as one of the most renowned poets of the 20th century, gained widespread recognition for his groundbreaking and controversial translation of Beowulf in 1999. In 1995, he was honored with the Nobel Prize in Literature. The reception of Death of a Naturalist was highly positive, earning Heaney several prestigious awards, including the Chumley Award, 1966, the E.C. Gregory Award, 1966, the Somerset Maugham Award, 1968, and the Geoffrey Faber Memorial Prize, 1968. The collection consists of 34 poems, which revolve thematically around Heaney's childhood memories, his family, and his experiences growing up in a rural farming community in Northern Ireland. The opening poem, Digging, remains one of his most renowned works. It reflects on Heaney's father and grandfather, who engaged in manual labor by digging in the bog and cutting turf on their family farm. Heaney admires their skill and strength, stating, "By God, the old man could handle a spade, just like his old man." However, Heaney decides to break away from the family tradition of farming, symbolically choosing his pen as his tool instead of a spade. This poem holds significant importance as it sets the tone for the collection, emphasizing a pivotal decision. Heaney's admiration for his father's abilities is also evident in Follower. The poem vividly portrays the teamwork between horses and the skillful guidance of the plow, leaving a lasting impression on a young Heaney and fueling his aspiration to follow in his father's footsteps. However, Heaney acknowledges that his attempts to emulate his father were clumsy, and he admits to being a talkative nuisance who merely trailed after him. The title poem, The Death of a Naturalist, recounts Heaney's fascination with frogs and tadpoles inhabiting a flax-dam, a pool used to soften flax fibers. The poem progresses from his boyish captivation with these creatures, even keeping jars of frog eggs on windowsills to observe their transformation into tadpoles, to his growing fear of them. When the flax-dam becomes invaded by hordes of frogs, slimy and croaking, it unnerves Heaney to such an extent that he loses all interest in pursuing a career as a naturalist. Death of a Naturalist encapsulates Heaney's early work, skillfully interweaving themes of nature, family, and personal growth, while showcasing his profound observations and poetic prowess. This sense of unease towards certain aspects of nature persists throughout the remaining poems in the collection. In an advancement of learning, Heaney reveals an intense fear of rats, evoking a cold, sick horror that reverberates through the rest of the volume. He muses on the diverse experiences of rural living, unveiling a profound discomfort, or even a dislike, for it. In Blackberry Picking, for instance, he reminisces about picking blackberries in August. While berry picking is often associated with idyllic country life, Heaney's recollection exposes the thorns, wet grass, stained and sticky hands, and the fruit that quickly rots, rendering the experience less appealing. Even grimmer is the poem The Early Purges, which delves into his childhood memory of witnessing a farmer drowning kittens. The traumatic event lingers with him, even as he becomes accustomed to witnessing the farmer exterminate other pests such as rats and rabbits, and wring the necks of old hens deemed useless. While the killings are justified in terms of preventing cruelty and safeguarding farm assets, Heaney's unease remains palpable. The collection also delves into themes of family and relationships. Midterm Break recounts Heaney's return home for the funeral of his 4-year-old brother, who tragically died in a car accident while Heaney was away at school. He vividly describes the funeral scene, particularly the awkward encounters with strangers who offer trite condolences, saying, "I was embarrassed by old men standing up to shake my hand and tell me they were sorry for my trouble." His parents, too, mourn in their own ways, with his usually stoic father weeping on the porch and his mother sighing angrily. The memory of the funeral, juxtaposed with the baby still laughing in the pram, captures the emotional shock and detachment that accompany sudden loss. Throughout these poems, Heaney delves into the complex and unsettling facets of nature, rural life, and personal experiences, evoking a range of emotions that resonate deeply with the reader. On a brighter and more romantic note, Twice Shy portrays a leisurely walk with a girl he is fond of. Both of them are hesitant and reserved, unwilling to take the first step. As Heaney writes, "Our juvenilia had taught us both to wait, not to publish feeling and regret it all too late." The poem employs shorter, breathless lines with end rhymes, mirroring the fluttering nerves and excitement of first love as they stroll along the river. Concluding the collection is Personal Helicon, drawing inspiration from Greek mythology, specifically the story of Narcissus and Echo. Heaney reminisces about his childhood fascinations with the perspective of an adult. He describes the various types of whales he was captivated by as a child, the dark and enigmatic ones, the ominous ones with foxgloves growing nearby, a poisonous plant, and rats, his greatest fear, and the crystal clear ones where he could glimpse his own reflection. The imagery evokes a sense of fairy tale wonder. However, by the end of the poem, Heaney claims to have outgrown such childish pursuits. Instead of gazing into springs and wells for self-reflection, he now turns to poetry to explore and understand himself. In these poems, Heaney captures the tender moments of young love and the wistful introspection of adulthood, showcasing the power of poetry as a means of self-discovery. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.